Hi, I'm Randy Jones, and we're here to talk about my brand new and latest film, Money Over Morals. So sit back, relax, and enjoy this interview.
Right thing. That's all.
I don't know, Uncle. I don't know. Then again, when you're making this kind of money that I'm making, sometimes you think, you know something? Is it worth leaving this lifestyle? And then again, I think again, after I heard somebody got shot on the block again, I give it another thought.
Yes.
Maybe it is worth it. You know.
Because you'll be around. That's the thing. When you're living the godly life and going to church and doing your thing and making your money and whatnot, you don't have to worry about that. Not saying that they don't kill legal people and they get caught in the crossfires and stuff like that, but you got a better chance living the other life. I was out there. I know how it is.
The film is called Money Over Morals. Now, the moral of the story is that I play a guy in the inner city in the housing projects, supposedly in Brooklyn, where I grew up at, called Sumner Housing Projects, who's trying to make fast money, and doing it the wrong way, illegally, okay? And begin to realize that's not the path he wants to go when he comes to two near-death experience through a shootout. I got the idea to do this movie. Well, actually, I always wanted to do gangster kind of street film, you know, Boys in the Hood kind of movie for a very, very long time. But I didn't know exactly how I was going to go about doing it. So one day, you know, I was speaking with somebody, and he just said, "Hey, Randy, why don't you make a gangster drug dealer movie, a gangster movie?" So, matter of fact, he said drug dealer movie. So, you know, so it hit me. And I was like, you know, I think I'll do that. You know, and I didn't really know how I was going to go about doing it, because I first had to cast in the right people. And this is when comedian and actress J.J. Matisse came in.
You can't do the booty like that.
You want to eat some chill with us?
You gotta like whistle or
Get
something.
some of this,
You didn't even say hi.
How you doing?
How many times I gotta tell you about
How
that?
you doing? What's
You
up?
treat me like a side trick.
Come on now, listen. This is a celebration, all right? This is a celebration.
What we celebrating?
The business, what we doing?
The business?
Yeah.
The business.
Drug business, you know what I'm saying? I got everything already set up now. I got
Okay.
everything already planned out and stuff. I got everything already hooked up, right? This is the beginning.
We having a barbecue?
What? Yeah, we have a This ain't LA, all right? We
We can't have a barbecue?
Listen,
What's a party without hot dogs? I like Sabret.
you got Joe from the For Real. I should call you Got Joe. That should be your name.
J.J. Matisse is hilarious. I had a whole lot of fun working with her. She's just, excuse me, she's just out of this world. The idea that I really had for this movie, she kind of like sugarcoated and took it to another level. Now, as a casting director, you know, I was going to tell her, no, don't do that. Okay, I wanted to be a little bit more serious. But after she began to start to flow into my moral of the story, I was like, you know what? I felt like, let her go. Let her do her thing, okay? Let her do her thing, okay? And I just flow with it. You know, she's just like a comedy. You know, she's a comedian. And she just like went off. I mean, J.J. Matisse is just extraordinarily funny. She's just funny. We shot on location in New York City, okay, in a housing project. Wasn't originally from the neighborhood I was from. And it would have been a whole lot more risky. Even though I mentioned my neighborhood where I grew up at in real life, off camera, Brooklyn, Bedford-Stuyvesant, some of the housing projects, but I didn't get a chance to film it at some of the housing projects. It would have been a whole for the budget that I had, which is no budget, to do this movie. It would have been a whole lot of problems going into an inner city, a neighborhood, and doing something on a large schedule, and didn't have the funds or the royalties to pay the people to participate in the film. So I had to kind of rethink my thinking and be like, how am I gonna do this? So then when I spoke with J.J. Matisse, and she agreed to be cast into the film, and I told her the moral of the story, what I wanted to do, and she just said, okay, no problem. And we just flowed like that. And then I got other cast members as well. Trisha Berry, the young lady playing her sister, I cast her in to do this film because she's been working with me on other projects. She's also a good actress. She's a good actress and a singer as well. And I cast her in. I told her I was doing. I said, hey, I'm doing a film. I told her the name of it. I'd like for you to be a part. She's like, sure, no problem. Just let me know when you want me to do it, and we'll do it. I said, okay, no problem. So I had a perfect idea to use her for the particular scene. She played like a Christian woman, which in real life, that's what she is anyhow. She played a Christian woman in a film trying to talk to me about Jesus, you see, and I wanted to bring that out because in the inner city, you have a lot of that, okay? See, I just didn't want to make a film just all about gangster and drugs and stuff like that, and don't have no kind of positive notice in there. What I mean by notice, nothing that is going to really captivate the people, that they can really look at it and be like, wow, you know what? That goes on in real life. That's like where I'm living at. So I pretty much wanted to put her in there, as opposed add a little more salt to my rice. Add more flavor, a little more season, I should say. And I told her exactly the way I wanted her to do it, and she was just natural with it. It just flowed like that, okay? And based upon the monologue, the dialogue of the script, even though it's improv, I told her what I was doing. She just continued to go, okay, just to okay, I know how you're going to do this, and this is what I'm going to do. And she just flowed with it, and everything just combined, connect together. I actually made her and J.J. Matisse be sisters in the film. Okay, I just had to bring that combination.
Inhale, exhale. All right.
Oh my gosh, it's been ages.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
That's good.
What you been up to?
Oh man, working, busting my behind.
What's here behind?
Yeah, going to church, doing things with the kids. Trying to get a house.
You be in church 8 days a week?
Yeah, I know. Praising God.
Y'all got sunrise service. Y'all got the sun has risen
sunset,
service.
Spanish service,
Mid-afternoon
Chinese service.
Y'all got Chinese service. They Presbyterian?
No, non-denominational.
No church, right? Right, non-denominational. I went to community college for a couple of days. I know my thing. I do my thing.
I had a lot of fun doing this movie. It was a challenge for me, but I had a whole lot of fun filming this movie. It was a lot of fun. I enjoyed myself, and to actually come on set and the film within the inner city. You see, I'm not a studio actor, even though I film in studio, like where we at right now. This is like a basement where I film most of my movies that you guys have probably saw already or about to see. Okay, so I call it like a studio basement. Okay, even though it's not, but it's a studio. I look at it as a studio. But I'm a person that like to go actually on set and do things. It wouldn't look right if I went to a studio and built up a whole entire housing complex and called it this and filmed there. No, I like going to where the realness is. I like to go into the actual neighborhood because if I'm going to make a movie about the community, I want to make it in the community so the people of the community can really feel it and be like, wow, this is something I'm going through. I'm glad you made this, I'm glad you made this. Similar like when John Singleton did Boys in the Hood. I mean, it relates to everybody around the world who was a part of Boys in the Hood, in reality. But he made it in this neighborhood where he grew up in Los Angeles, California, in the hood, so people out there can relate to a whole lot more to his message, the moral of his message, as opposed it spread all around the world. So similar is what I try to do, not to follow in Mr. Singleton's footsteps, but to actually make a film, maybe similarity to a street type of film that the people that will watch it will understand and feel it. Be like, hey, listen, that was my life. What he's talking about, I feel that. I feel that. He's actually on the set. This is not no studio or anything. I mean, real people can see if you're going to make a movie in the projects in the hood. Guys who's from the hood, they're gonna watch it and they're gonna tell if it's really in the projects or if it's really on the studio set. They just have that notion, okay? Just like an inmate, you do a movie about prisoners and you do it in the studio, but real inmates or former inmates is going to know, no, that has to be in the studio. That wasn't no prison. That had to be in the studio. I can tell. Trust me. So I kind of wanted to get the realness of it. I cast in a couple of other actors. There was another guy in there, they call him Big Baby. He's also another comedian, Marquis Sadler. Sadler, yes, a good friend of mine, which I was introduced to comedian JJ Matisse. They did shows together. And another guy by the name of Raymond, based out in Texas, another comedian. So all these comedians kind of came in one place and we just like connected like this. And I told them what I was doing and they said, hey, no problem. And I kind of wanted that street mentality, like that hood look. So I was like, I want you to do it like this and play like this. So we all have to, as far as attire wise, everybody had to dress up a certain way as opposed to how we lived in the projects.
I got 50 cents on that piece. You got 50 cents. I got 50 cents. We get something.
I can't even get an apple pie with you. We better go home and make some Easy Mac because I'm not doing it.
We don't know cats. We approach us in business. We kind of get a little.
I kind of figured you was from Brooklyn by the jacket. Like that. Now you got that Brooklyn swag. Like,
all right, whatever.
We have acid reflux.
Whatever.
Yeah.
So what's like took care of that?
Be polite.
That's how you come at somebody? That's
Be
how we gonna
polite.
You're in my hood, you know what I mean?
Be polite. We are manners.
That's Money Mike.
Money Mike.
Yo, why you always reaching in your pocket?
Mike.
Yo, he like a
Let's
cop.
say it together.
He like a cop. On the for real.
He just got this jacket from Banana Republic. It was 30% off.
Oh,
Are you serious?
Mike,
That's what
man.
y'all
You're doing a pat down
That's what y'all brought me here
We're going to
for?
pat you down. Get your arms out.
Word on it. Put them big ass
Pat you
arms
down.
up.
Put your...
When people watch this movie, one thing I want them to get out of this is to realize, you know something? This movie really touched me. And you know what? It's not about trying to make a fast buck illegally, okay? Because most people in the inner city or anywhere in the world, you could be in the suburbs of Beverly Hills or Bel Air of Texas or California, whatever. And if you're trying to do something illegally to get through in life and not really put the time in just to get a fast buck, it's going to lead to either a fast death or it's going to lead to a fast imprisonment, okay? So I want people to realize and look at this film and be like, you know something, this is an eye open up. And I got to realize this, that this brother really meant something what he said in this film. So if I'm out here doing that, let me stop this. Because the bullet missed him in the movie. But in reality, as we all know, bullets have no name. And eventually, it don't miss you. Okay? So I want people to really like grab onto this and be like, you know what? I like this film and this was a message and I needed that. Okay? When they come at the movie theaters for watching it, I want them to be like, wow, man, that was a good storyboard and I like what he did. Although majority is improv, but I want people to get something out of it. I want drug dealers, all gangsters, who are pimps, whoever, go and watch this movie. If you're from the project, you're not from the project, go and see this film. So they can be like, wow, my goodness, this had me scratching my head. Man, this let me know, man, what must I do to be saved? What must I do to join a local church or something like that? What must I do to stop? So I pretty much, want the outcome in that film. I want that to be the outcome for the movie. And, well, with all that being said and done, I look forward to seeing you at the theater. Thank you for your time. God bless. Shit, alright. Nigga, I ain't got all day. Hurry up.
Ain't easy about
Sorry about that. You know, I'll be honest with you.